This is what we are talking about today. The Guppy / Endler breeding row is getting there. Mark is hard at work. It's his weekend, but he's putting in some overtime, getting this thing done, and it's really getting there. So we're going to dive into the system today. We're going to update you on the snails and all the awesome things that are going on. What is going on, shrimp keepers, or in this case, Guppy / Endler keepers? Hopefully you guys are making it a great week. Today, we are talking about this rack behind me, plus this rack that's over here. A ton of stuff that's going on with our Guppy / Endler breeding project. It's just, there's so much going on, tons to talk about, so we're going to dive right into today's video. First things first, you need tanks, and boy, did we get our tank shipment in this week. Unfortunately, our elevator was out of service, so that means the entire team had to carry him down these steps. So shout out to the whole flipaquatics, the Flip and Dream team for making this happen. But we got all of our tanks. We already had a bunch, but now we can really start putting together this rack down there, and this thing is going to come together quick. So real quick, I want to show you the back side of the rack, and we'll get into all of this, but I wanted to take you for a little tour on what's been going on in our new snail rack. Now, we only have 4 of the sections set up. We have 2 more that need set up, but we're going to postpone those until Mark finishes the full Guppy rack. And that's because we have a ton of these guys that need moved around. These are like I don't know if we want to say high-end breeders, but these are definitely some of the nicer guppies, some of the colonies we really segmented out. Like, look at this guy. Just beautiful. And there's some really, really pretty ones going on in here. So we got all the plants set up. Everything is just chugging along. Look at these guys. These are one of my favorites. These are a wild molly. I believe this is the Liberty molly. I'm pretty sure. And then the one next to it is the Pacific molly, I'm thinking. Now, I'm colorblind, so I do get these mixed up from time to time. But that's what I'm thinking. These guys are super rare. We imported them from Germany, and just really cool what we have going on here. Cody and his team have been doing just a phenomenal job. But you kind of see the system we have set up. Obviously, these aren't running because we're not using them as air-driven mat fillers. What we're doing is we're forcing water through the front and out the back, and this is just a separation that is also a filtration. And so this is all just temporary until we get this snail rack completely set up and also get the breeding rack over here set up. Then all the guppies can kind of transition. But right now, the only snails in this first rack are all of our different types of ram's horn snails. And then moving on, we have our rabbit snail section, which these guys, we got in some freaking cool ones. These are white Hercules snails. I personally have never seen these before until we imported them. You can see they're kind of like a yellow spotted ram's horn snail, or not ram's horn snail, a yellow spotted rabbit snail as far as the body color goes, but the shell is just phenomenal. They're super cool. And then we have like our standard blue rabbit snails, which these guys are just have a really, really cool shell. They have really dark shell at the front. The tail, it starts to lighten as it ages. Then the orange volcano snails are also very similar to the blue rabbit snails. They just have a little bit different colored shells, and then also their body color is more black. So you can see that guy right there eating some potato. And then we have the yellow spotted over here. You can see that guy kind of coming out of his shell. And then we got another one back there. These guys, they're not really liking the temperature, so we just got new heaters in that hopefully we can increase the temperature and see how they do. And then these guys are the white spotted rabbit snails, which we've never had before. Again, you can kind of see them a little bit of hibernation state. So hopefully they can really start rebounding for us. And then we got just a bunch of different ones down here. We got gold. These ones are mostly orange, actually. And then the gold ones over here, they just got it mislabeled. So this is one that would go into the snail adoption because of the shell. But like that gives you a pretty good example right there. And then it looks like something hanging out the back of it. But yeah, and then we got some chocolates down there. These guys don't really look the greatest. but they're still a very cool rabbit snail. The babies and what they would look like you see this one on the side, how it's got the different colored shell. That's what they would look like if they were bred in captivity. So there's one back there kind of crawling around. And then next up, we got all the rabbits are the mystery snails. And then we just got a huge order in. And so you can see a bunch of different types of these. These guys are real cool. They're great little algae eaters. They do really well. They're hardy, easy to maintain if you don't want breeding, the stuff like that. And then we just restocked our purples, so we got a bag of purples floating up there, which actually these ones are magenta, and then these ones are the purples. So this is going well. And then moving down, we got assassin snails. We got tons of different types of nerite snails. Like, these are freaking cool. These are the pumpkins. These are a new one to our website. Let me see if I can actually get a picture. So there's yellow pumpkin, and then I think orange pumpkin, something like that. It's or pink pumpkin and yellow pumpkin. It's one of them. I'm colorblind, so don't rely on me. And then we got these guys are just awesome. These are the red racer nerite snails. So love seeing these guys. And then we just got tons of different types. This like our sorted nerite snail tank, more sorted there. And then I don't think these are the horned. It's just all these need kind of relabeled because they got a labeled red racer. But these are horned nerite snails. Another tank of horned either here. And then some more sorted, or maybe these ones are the onions. I don't know. There's tons of them. And then we got way more up here too. So it's all coming together pretty quickly. So I kind of wanted to go over the plan with you guys of how this thing's going to look. So we actually got a whole extra rack in here. So we're actually doing 7 of these. We thought we'd only be able to do 6. So that's super exciting. And there's 24 tanks each. They all overflow to a sump, and then 7 racks. So 7 times 24, that's how many we're getting. It's a whole heck of a lot. So I'm excited about that. They're all going to be plumbed similar to this, and I can show you kind of what we did. Is we have basically the main pump that pumps it up here, and it goes to these little blue nozzles right there that you see, and then they overflow at the back. And these mountain filters act as filtration without actually having air power through them. And then it overflows down and into the drain. And the cool thing about our system here is we have automatic water changes. So these solenoid valves, however you say it, are set up to a timer, and it kicks on once a night for 30 minutes. And then we could do a manual water change if we wanted to, but we just blast them with water for 30 minutes. That helps reduce maintenance on our side, and it also helps reduce air of not doing a water change, not doing enough of a water change. They literally get it every night. And then also during the week, we fight with water pressure issues. So that's a way that we can avoid water pressure issues. And so we still have these 2 tanks, or these 2 racks to tear down. And then we have this rack to tear down also. But these are some of my specialty endlers that don't really have a home yet. So they're kind of just hanging out for now. And hopefully I'll be able to get them into a new home here soon. And then down here, we also have some endlers. I believe these are the El Tigre. Looks like they're only females. I don't see any males. And then there's also a ton of fantasy blues down here. So lots of babies, lots of stuff going on. But we have a lot of these colonies still over here that have guppies in them. And these are like guppy breeding groups. So you can see, for example, these are the luminescent these are actually the white Moscow. That's my bad. White Moscow guppies. And so there's tons of babies in the Java moss. And they are just looking fire. And then we got the Salvinia up top. And check this out. We got a little colony going of our Daphnia. There's a little extra live food over here. It makes things a little easier. But we're getting all this broken down. I mean, some of this stuff's going to stay temporarily, but eventually it'll be broken down. It's all getting converted to this so we can really focus in on some selective breeding. So just in talking about my endlers that are downstairs that need moved around, this is going to be their future home. I'm dedicating a handful of these tanks that currently don't have anything in it to my favorite little buddies, which are the endlers. And so I got to get these tanks cleared up. I was going to do it this week, but I just do not have enough time to really dive into this project. So you should be seeing the video for this whole system coming next week. So now we're back over in the, this is the first building, so the back building. We were in the basement of the front building. And so this whole rack right here, which is in our current fish room 3, was all snails. But obviously we moved all the snails to the front building. And so now we are utilizing this system for our temporary guppy breeding. And so that's what's going on here. So you can see we're just starting to move some stuff out. And these were taking up just a ton of tanks in the fish room. And so they're in the process of really cleaning these things. And all these are individually plumbed. They're all on mat filters. And so this system's coming together, but we're going to utilize this temporarily. And the reason I say temporarily is we have some huge plans for in here. So right now, just to kind of give you the lay of the land, I'll walk back over here. And this is like the front entrance area of the building. So our shipping room is currently out here, which is, you know, is decent. I mean, it can house, right now we have 4 people on our shipping team, so it gets a little chaotic in here, but that's the front door. So we are eliminating this whole space. Obviously, we're going to keep the bathroom right there. We probably will keep the break room, but when you walk in here, all of this is going to go bye-bye. So we're actually knocking down this wall right here and basically this whole wall. And instead of it being fish room 1 over here, fish room 2 on the other side of that wall, and then this room being fish room 3, this is all just going to be a huge fish room building. And we're getting rid of all these ponds. We're converting to tanks just because it's a lot easier to look into a tank than it is to look into a pond. And this thing is just going to come together so fast. So that's our big plan. That's what we're really working towards. Step 1 is finish the snail and the guppy breeding rack. Step 2 is move our shipping room to the new location. And then step 3 is demolition, tearing down some walls, and really making this room look phenomenal. So this is our old endler rack, and there's still a lot of endlers here, but I haven't looked at this rack in like a week or two. And so I figured it might be a good time just to kind of show you guys what we're keeping. And so I just want to walk through. And first, I want to show you that Daphne is such a huge part of what we do. We keep it in a lot of different places. And sorry for the focus here. I'm trying to see if it'll actually, maybe I get a focus on one of these snails. Maybe there we go. Now you can kind of see all the Daphne swimming around. And it's such a huge part of what we do. We feed live baby Brian, and then we also feed Daphne. And then as far as endlers go, we'll just work on through. We got some black bar endlers, which are super pretty. Again, I'm just like an endler connoisseur at the moment, and I don't know why, but it's definitely something that has just stuck with me. We got some black flame endlers, which are gorgeous. Tons of babies in there. They're not eating their babies, so super cool. We got some Santa Marie endlers, which I absolutely love the coloration on this guppy. How dare I? On these endlers, I think they're super, super pretty. And these guys breed really well for us as well. You can see down at the bottom here, there are just babies everywhere. And then over here, we got some Campoma number 7, which they're very similar to the El Tigre, but this line specifically came from Germany, so we wanted to keep it separate. Down here, we got the sky blue, which I love the blue coloration in endlers. The males in here, if it will focus, are just absolutely phenomenal. Down below, we got the Jenga rubra, which I know this tank's dirty, but this is just a beautiful, beautiful endler. Next up, we got some El Tigre. It'll focus. Not too many in there, a couple males, don't see any females. We got some scarlet endlers, which there's just tons and tons of these guys. We got some really, really pretty Japan blue. I'm a sucker for blue. but these guys are really, really cool. So I just love it. They kind of have like a snake pattern in the front, which fades into a nice blue tail, and tons of females in there. I don't see as many babies, but beautiful, beautiful Endler. Next one would be the white peacock, which these guys, I don't see white in Endlers very often, so it's really cool when you do. And these guys have a very distinct white tail. So, and you can see some fat females in there. So this is one that I'm going to steal for the gallery for sure, just because I really, really love these guys. Probably these in the Jingo Rubra. Then we got some albino yellows up here, which again, pretty cool one. Nothing crazy special about them. Like the males definitely have some nice orange color and they're yellow. Nice swordtail looking thing. So that's always good to see. Then over here, we got another tank of Santa Marie. That's my bad. I ordered so many of these because I love them. And then we had 2 huge tanks of them. So it happens. And then there's a little guy back there, so I'll have to scoop him out. And then what else do we got? We got some snakeskin endlers down here. The one male that I see is not cooperating. He's like, I'm out of here. But there is a decent amount of babies in here. So these are ones that I could easily steal for the lounge area. Moving over, we got the yellow tiger endler, which this pattern is just phenomenal. I mean, it's absolutely phenomenal. So if you're looking for a real striking endler, this is definitely one you could go with. Up top, we got the blue endler. So these guys have a really, really cool tail color as well. You can see it in that male right there. So love seeing that. We got some green hornets up here, which you don't see green very often. And these guys are awesome. We actually got some other green ones in recently too, the Vienna green, but I don't know where they put them. Bengal tigers. These guys are going to be hard to see because the water. Actually, no, you can see them pretty good. I think we have some of these available on the website. Most of these we're saving for breeding because they're really hard to get. But you can see there's tons of big females, some nice green water going on in there, which I don't know. This one also has green water. These are the Smoky Mary endlers. And something with this lighting down here. But you can see, obviously, I really like endlers. Otherwise, I wouldn't have so many. Then right above, we have the Japan blue, but these ones have swordtails, which I actually don't see the swordtail, so maybe they got that wrong. I'll have to like really look at these. And then next one, we got some red chest endlers up here. These ones aren't as striking, but still, if you're doing a Pokemon and trying to catch them all, you gotta have them. And then the rest of these tanks, I don't believe are endlers. Oh no, we got one more. We got some blue star endlers down here. These are just a nice, easy to keep fish that is gonna breed really easy. So great for beginner hobbyists, great for people that are going for genetics, and great for a guy like me because I'm freaking obsessed. So obviously we just have a ton going on, and I'm super stoked. I'm super excited for all the big plans we have coming up. Hopefully you guys are equally as excited. I'll keep you guys along for the journey. I'll try to update you as much as possible, but I hope you guys enjoyed today's little recap, an update on where we're currently at, and hopefully I inspired you to get some new snails or get some endlers. So you guys make it a great week. As always, God bless, and we'll catch you on the flip side.